Hi, I'm Steve Ehrman, Director of the Flashlight Program. I'd like to tell you about Asking the Right Questions, workshop materials and tools that instructors can use to gather information from their own students in order to improve teaching and learning with technology in their own courses. I'd like to explain enough about asking the right questions so that you can decide whether to schedule some of these mini workshops, but I'd also like to keep this quite brief, just as the workshops themselves are brief. First, a bit of introduction. The Teaching, Learning, and Technology Group is a not-for-profit organization supporting and supported by educational institutions around the world. Your institution is, we hope, one of those subscribers. Use of these materials is for subscribers only. The TLT Group helps with faculty development and support, with thinking about what kinds of curricular and program improvement can make sense, and with collaborative approaches to change. Last but not least, we help with assessment, evaluation, the scholarship of teaching and learning, student course evaluation. Those particular brands of help are provided by the TLT Group's Flashlight program. Take a look at these sample questions. Each one could help you discover how to change the use of a technology in your course in ways that might improve learning. These are pretty simple questions, but sometimes that's all it takes. We'll start simple. If you stick with it, we can develop some more ambitious strategies too. The goal of asking the right questions is to help you frame questions like these, questions of your own. Asking the right questions will also show you how to use a survey system in ways that will give you some alternatives to just asking for a show of hands or talking with a couple of students after class. We'll use Flashlight Online, a web-based survey system that your institution probably already has, but you can use other survey systems if you prefer. Asking the Right Questions, which we'll sometimes call ARQ, ARQ, is a set of workshop materials for use with members of the academic staff, as members of the faculty, instructors, teachers, teaching assistants. We've made each of these workshop plans extremely brief and accessible online because we know how valuable and how scarce your time is. This slide includes titles for some of the ARQ modules we're planning. In 2007-2008, the TLT Group will develop these and other modules for your use. Please let us know both what you think of what we've created so far and what you'd like us to create next. So, who can lead an ARQ workshop? Well, most likely staff in your Teaching Excellence Center, your Information Technology Unit, your library, your Distance Education Unit. These staff could lead the workshop. But suppose that someone in a department or a faculty takes this workshop and likes it. Then he or she could lead sessions with colleagues in that department. Or a faculty member might find these materials on the web and organize a study group with a few colleagues. That's the second way to use the materials, peers getting together to help each other learn to do this kind of research. Or finally, an individual could study the materials alone without colleagues. But you should know that these materials are being designed so that members of a group can continually learn from one another's experiences and values. You'd lose that benefit if you work alone. We're also developing some other materials to help you if you're the one organizing ARQ workshops. Notice number 2, we do practice what we preach. That's the description of ARQ. Ready to make up your minds? Want to look at the materials first? If you do, just pause the video while you do it. So here are your options. What do you think? Thanks for listening. You can stop the video now or listen to our thanks to subscribing institutions and others who've supported our work. That's just the final 30 seconds or so. Good luck and let us know what you decide. As I mentioned, the TLT Group is a not-for-profit and we need a lot of help to get where we're going. The institutional subscribers, the associations that we work with on a relatively routine basis, some of which are listed in that second bullet. We got our start as spin-offs in one way from Annenberg CPB at the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, where the Flashlight work started in 1992, and the American Association for Higher Education, where Steve Gilbert began work on teaching, learning, and technology roundtable concepts in about 1994. We started the TLT Group as a spin-off of AHE in January of 1998. We had some help from several corporations back in 98 to get started. Their names are there at the bottom of the left-hand column. And there are quite a few institutions, and this is really only a partial list, with which we're working in a fairly active way, developing materials or tools that we then make available to other subscribers. That partial list is on the right-hand side. And a sincere thank you to everybody listed on that slide. Just a final reminder, the TLG Group is a not-for-profit. We've been able to do our work for the last 10 years only because of the financial support of several hundred subscribing institutions. So we do ask that this working material only be used at active subscribing institutions. Thanks a lot for your support. Bye-bye.